Welcome, Ed from Pinball Mayhem here. Time to do for now, a final video on the Breakout cocktail. I'm calling it done. Everything is pretty much physically assembled. I got a couple wires which I need to actually have it working before I get it, button it up and call the wiring done. I got a window I need to make for the coin door. I might actually have a few of those production made, and a cover to make. Other than that, it's all a board issue. The monitor has been tested and working, just not with this game. So I'm not going to plug it in for you guys. It just says garbage on the screen. I do have this light lights up, so that's good. And of course, the top can use another buffing. I went over and buffed it and tried to get out the majority of the scratches, but this is plastic. Quarter-inch plastic uses a table. It's going to be scratched. I was lucky. I was able to get all the tape off. Some of the cigarette, that's a cigarette burn there. I mean, it's had a life, and that's okay. And as we can see, there's a little damage here from the water. This is the side that was badly water damaged. Some of the paint came off when it was separated, and I did end up making new cards. I think I showed you those in the last video. I got those installed. As you see, it could have been a little bit more cream colored. Next time, if I were to do it again, I would probably copy those on a cream paper. It still would be obvious, but not as obvious. So let's just kind of walk around it. Now, things I did differently and things to note out. First off, I'd like to give a big thank to a few friends that helped me out. Russ for finding the game for me and passing it on as a complete rotten project. Friend Chad for helping me draw up and cut the wood panels on a CNC. My other friend Kurt, who helped me sandblast and paint all the metal. Now I did go with it's a shiny paint on the door, which is not more originally a satin. Same for the corner metal. As you can see, that's a little different, but also all the wood was rotten. I think only one panel was even slightly usable. I was missing the back, so I made all new panels. This is vinyl. I actually, thanks to Extreme Home Arcades for letting me dig around their back room and selling me the vinyl. One thing to note, and here is, I finally fixed it. The power cord goes to the side, unlike later serial numbers, which it goes through the bottom in like tank, or is that earlier serial numbers? Either way, it's a little different. It's a little modification in the production run. So this goes to the side. I just have it curled up in there until I'm ready to test it more. And while we're down here, I'm gonna look at that little cup. I'm missing one of those for both this Breakout cocktail, and I'm also missing one of my tank cocktail. Tank cocktail looks very similar, but it's about maybe 1.5 inches deeper to take into consideration the controls. I was able to find a friend over in Minneapolis sent me speaker grills, so I have speaker grills for the whole thing. It's the same speaker grills that were used in missile commands. That's where his came out of, and able to make them fit. So let's just kind of do a walk around. So that is the front side. Now on the back side, that's me kicking over wood. My foam seems to be holding, and here's the back door. So I'm gonna just open that up, and that lifts out. You can see the bottom of the monitor, transformer assembly, which I did repaint the transformer itself, make it look nice. I had to make a new board. I think some of the only wood that remained from the original was this board down here. It's kind of funny. Yeah, this is the only board. And then there's the cage, which I ended up painting gold, and that's the circuit board. Now, there's supposed to be let's call it an RF cover or a shield that goes over this, that this would then plug into the top. That's why these wires are a little tighter than they should be, but it works. Let me see if I can get this back cover on one-handed. The back cover was one thing that was completely missing. And this one actually has 2 keys, one on each side to hold it in place. I've only used the right key for right now. Here is that little washer that I had to make. And this fits okay. And this is the original, that's the one I made, and I saved the other one I made in the baggie of parts. Now, when I put this on initially, there was 1.5 inch, 2 inch gap here. So it actually took 2 of us, one person to hold it and heat it, and we just lightly heated this whole thing with a heat gun while I pulled it around. So I preheated the whole thing, and then we heated about 2 feet, 18 inches, and pulled it tight, and it was able to come all the way. Actually, I had a 1/2 inch overlap, which allowed me to relax it, get the screw in before it cooled and shrunk. But that's one way to get these to fit a little better. Now, that angle doesn't look like it fits that good, but it fits a lot better than it did when I got it. You notice I don't have my knobs on. That's because they were so rusted, I actually had to cut them off. Luckily, they were smashed on the top, so I didn't feel too bad, but I had to cut right here and get the set screw out. And I do have replacement knobs. I'll put them on when I get it all working. These are from Arcade Shop, and I'm not impressed with them. These are new ones with new aluminum button surrounds. It's just that one over there doesn't return. It's stuck, and I don't know, maybe it's the way I have the nut on the bottom. I put the nut between the panel and here just because that's what I had before. I'm going to try removing that. Still, that's kind of tweaks when it's done. Let's see, you can see the speaker grill on this side, and back to the coin door. Now, to open this up, if you get one of these this first time, you have to open up the coin door, and then up here, there's a chain I'm going to pull down. I'll show you that chain. There. You can see it's sitting on it. I'll show you the chain now. Once you pick this up, there's actually should be a prop on the right-hand side. See that little rod? I'm going to, without electrocuting myself, there we go. All right. That rod flips up and fits in the monitor. That's why you need the original XM501 monitor in these, and because they just have the slot. I believe some of the other monitors also has that slot in them, but in order to fit this, that's how it fits. And that's why I wanted the foam, because you can see how close it is on the side there. So I'm pressing on the foam right now rather than actually digging that door in. So the monitor that we cleaned up, replaced the tube. I do not have the films on there because I'm not going to bother putting the gel films on the monitor until I get everything working. Then I can line up the gels with the display, because I know my horizontal adjustment is stuck. It actually may be broken. So hopefully it's still good. I'm going to still look for another one of these chassis plates in case I need to steal the horizontal adjustment. Now, just kind of a bird's eye view. I tried to cut. All this has been painted. Now, originally this was like a dark brown on the inside. I just went black. My friends over at Extreme Home Arcade were able to throw it in with one of their painting of their cabinets. So they just sprayed down the whole thing, which gave it a nice even coat. Saved a lot of time and energy. See the transformer once again painted. I got the cover on there, but now looking straight down, you see how bad the metal is on the bottom. This was badly water damaged. Water had seeped in around the top, that's where we had to do all that repair. In the last video, I kind of outlined all the wood panels were just shot. Luckily, the one thing is, and I was keeping some of these panels just to make sure I got everything right with my blocks, is all my interlocks do verify that they are working, so that's good. And let's see how many plays are on this. 33,999. And speakers are both in. I believe I may have put a little hole in one of the speakers accidentally when putting it on, but other than that, we're all pretty good. And that's just a vent hole. Now on the bottom, there's a gigantic hole. The screen on there's not a fan like in Tank. This one just has a screen. And that's the bottom side. Now you can see the cup a little bit better over there, and that's the chain you pull on to release the cover of the latches. And here's the side without the cup. You can see we got the switch, and here's the big start button, and here's the potentiometer. It's a 5K. It's supposed to be about 5K long life. This is the original AB. Those are incredibly impossible to find, but I got it, which is good. So that is the cabinet all together and as complete as it can be. Take one last look at the top here as it's sitting up. It is a really nice looking game. So thank you guys for watching. Last thing to do that I have going here is just fix the board. I'm out of time right now, and I'm going to tackle that probably later on. right now I'm gonna just put this on the side. It's complete, just needs a board work. Maybe I'll send it out. Haven't decided yet. But thank you guys for watching the series. If I do any updates, I'll do an update video, but for right now I'm gonna call it done for now. And just enjoy the cabinet the way it is, and once I get the board working, I'll be ready to rock and roll.